I love this thing. It's really incredible. What are you doing? Don't you have enough gas for like 6 months?
Yeah, I know. Hold on, I need to figure out how much gas I can actually get into these things.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing how the valves work or how they level out.
I'm hoping they're connected. I don't know, I haven't even checked.
They are. They're supposed to level out, I think, after you ride it for a bit. But
oh, really?
One of them has a one-way valve, but I think the back one does.
I haven't connected the rear. The rear is disconnected, so I'm not using the rear at all. Oh, they look full now, these two.
It looks like a Japanese bike. It looks very high quality. I mean,
everything looks really
marbles in a can a little bit.
Yeah. That's true.
These tires have gotten pretty good reviews, and usually Chinese tires, they say they're complete crap, but they look good.
I mean, they've been tracking all right in the sand.
Yeah.
I have to take it easy because I don't really know this bike.
But but you already took it through some sandy whoops a little bit, right?
I did, and it tracked. The front tracked really nice.
Yeah.
I can have ABS on both, or just the front, or just the rear, and or all off. So
there's a fuse you can pull so that it's off all the time.
Oh yeah, on both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I really want it on the front though, because I don't really need any skidding and all that shit. So I'll keep it on the front and take it off in the rear. You know, I'm sure there's gonna be a dongle or something at some point.
Yeah. Or a switch or something. This loop doesn't have any single track. It's all double track. It's probably a couple of hill climbs because of the weight that it might struggle, but there's ways around them.
Okay, good. That's perfect. Yeah. How long does it usually take?
45 minutes on this bike. I'm thinking an hour and a half maybe.
No, maybe not that. Wondering why the temperature is blinking.
The temperature is blinking,
yeah,
but the gauge is okay.
I don't know, it's pulled it up and it's blinking, so I don't know what that really means, but we'll find out. But
do the fans come on?
No, so I think it's fine.
But have you heard the fans come on before?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When I was breaking it in, the guy told me, just let it run, rev it up, do like 4 cycles of, in and out, and that's fine. So, who knows? We'll find, hold on, maybe when I start it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's stabilized.
Oh, okay.
Oh, interesting, okay.
Does that keep the ABS off?
If you turn the key
then
on,
no, yeah.
If you just kill it with
the switch
red button with kill it will stay on.
Yeah. Looks like we finally found a hill that the Kove 450 rally didn't make it quite up. He's gonna have to get a running start at this. It's a little bit rougher than usual, which for heavier bikes makes it a challenge. Is he gonna try for another run at it? I think he's gonna try another run at it. Where's he going? This way.
You did enough speed.
Yeah, that looked easy right there.
Oh yeah. I saw the hoops.
Yeah.
Slow down for those, and then I realized, oh shit, no. So, yeah, okay, go ahead. We'll be right there.
Hey, this feels heavier.
Oh shit, about 100 pounds.
Just a little bit. Riding the Kove 450 rally for the first time. Doing some whoops and nice curves. From a weight standpoint, it feels actually it does feel a lot like my WR 250R. As far as the lower speed I have to maintain. But it feels good. Suspension maybe set up a little bit soft. The owner, Bo, said he set everything to full soft pretty much to start, which for whoops and sand might not be the best, but very intuitive. I mean, I just got on it and started hitting some sandy turns and bashing through some whoops. This turn is tricky here. Uh-oh. How does it feel?
This is like a toy in comparison with that.
This feels a lot like my my other Yamaha. How do you kill it?
You want to kill it red? Yeah.
Oh, same button. Okay. Yeah, so this feels a lot like my dual sport bike, the one you saw the other day.
Yeah.
From a weight standpoint in this, which is surprising because this is 50 pounds heavier than that one. But I like the suspension. I mean, I just took off like nothing, right? It feels pretty intuitive.
You feel comfortable right away, kind of.
Yeah. Right. Let's see, Kove. There's some more tricky bits coming up here. See how she does. I'd hate to be the guy who drops this bike first. Wonder what pressure he's running on the tires. The front steering feels pretty light, like you don't have to put a lot of force in the steering. I'm doing this whole thing in second gear, so the gears are obviously taller than my enduro bike. On the WR250F I'd be going between third and fourth gear. Man, this bike feels really good. Very intuitive, easy to handle. This is some deep sand, and we got whoops, we got turns, we got whoops and turns, turns and whoops. Once the revs are up, the engine actually sounds pretty good. Woo! Yeah, this bike is definitely a candidate to replace my WR250R. And why would I want to replace it? Well, just something that has a little bit more highway legs, maybe a little bit more power. But even though the vibrations are fairly damped on this bike, I am feeling quite a bit more vibrations in the handlebars than I do on my WR250R dual sport. But maybe some flex bars, maybe when I'm riding at higher gears, it won't feel so vibey. But suspension feels great. These stock Chinese tires that it comes with CST, they look legitimate, nice deep treads, and they perform awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You know, it really does feel like China is where Japan was in the 90s. This feels great, man. It feels really good.
The suspension on this, it's much softer than on that.
You think?
Oh yeah, big time. Everything is soaking up beautifully.
Well,
you know, it really, maybe it's the rebound of the.
Well, I think it just has less weight to control. Because it's set up kind of stiff, but
you know, kind of picks up all the bumps, kind of nice. This is a little rougher, I think.
Yeah, you feel more vibration through the handlebars than on my dual sport, but no, this feels really good.
Press that red button on the other one. Press the red button on the other side. Left side handlebars.
Oh, what does that do?
You were blinking on all four.
Oh, it's like the hazard. Yeah,
hazard, yes.
I pressed it earlier, thinking it was a kill.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
So press the button again, the red one, to release it first. There we go.
I'm really liking this bike, but I think it'd still be wise to wait a year, maybe look at it towards the end of next year, because the Chinese companies are pretty good about tweaking any little problems or issues that customers find. and I think it might be worthwhile to wait for that. That's nice. I mean, I almost came to a stop, just put the clutch in, rev the bike up a little bit, and it did fine in second gear. I didn't have to drop it down to first. I'm loving this thing, man. It feels much lighter than 370 pounds. Well, the rear fuel tank doesn't have any fuel in it right now, so it's not full of fuel. That helps to keep it lighter. And when you're doing local technical stuff like this, why put 8 gallons of fuel in it, right? I mean, you can save 20-30 pounds by just putting 3, 4, 5 gallons in it for local stuff. Man, I'm loving this thing. See how it does in the most challenging technical climbs here on Surfer's Loop at the end. But I'm not going to be on the bike for those climbs. I'll let the owner try those in case he tips it over. He can put the first blemish on the bike. It doesn't have any handguards on it yet either, which can cause some broken levers if it does go over. These are some of the tighter, more challenging, slipperier turns here. It did well. Super good traction in the turns, accelerating, braking. This bike feels so stable and intuitive. You know, it has a longer wheelbase than my WR250R Dual Sport, obviously, so, and I think that helps keep it stable. I mean, it tracks exactly where you point it, where you want to go. It's not squirrely. The back is tracking so well that I don't feel it kicking out even when I accelerate. Jesus Christ, how did the Chinese come out of nowhere and make such a good bike? It's really incredible. Really incredible, and it's an eye-opening moment for the Japanese who are just not building what people are asking for. People have been screaming for this kind of bike, you know, a lightweight alternative to adventure bikes, and something more powerful, more capable than the typical Japanese dual sports. It's so great. So yeah, the Japan is on notice. And as far as the Europeans go, I would trust the reliability of a Kove. Oh shit! Oh, those handguards are necessary. Just got nailed by a trunk piece of wood in my hand. But anyway, yeah, the Europeans are on notice from a reliability standpoint. I think I would trust the Kove's reliability before KTM or Beta or all the KTM clone bikes. You know, this KTM seems to be buying up everybody. Yeah, you can even cross. You know, there's like a sandy trench on each side of this middle mound of sand, and I can cross from one side to the other, no trouble at all, and the bike stays stable. I don't feel the front trying to tuck, nothing. Jesus, I keep being shocked at how good and intuitive this bike is. It's really shocking and incredible. This thing is so good, and this is like a steep sandy downhill. I'm thinking it's gonna feel squirrely, unstable, scary. Nothing. I love this thing. It's really incredible. This thing is incredible, man. It feels so stable, so intuitive. I mean, when you cross from one side to the other through that sandy bump in the middle, it just goes where you point it.
This is a great tire you have on the front. That tracks like, I mean, it's amazing. You can barely touch the handlebars, and it just goes where you point it with your knees. It tracks. I need to put something like that on.
Well, I don't think it's the tire. I think it's the weight.
Oh, that may be too.
I think it's the weight.
The moment I got on it, it's like.
But But this is the front tire that I've liked the most of all the different ones I've tried. So it is a really good one.
It's a really good tire. Yeah.
Yeah, and I bought it because I couldn't find the one that I was using before. But in the turns, when it's leaned over, this one is much more stable than the previous one I had. I love this thing, man. It's incredible. I can't believe the Chinese came up with something this good.
Everybody's saying that. Yeah. It's like the Japanese in the 80s or something, right?
Yeah, I mean the traction is super good at all moments. It's got good power once the revs are a little bit up, and
yeah, it likes to be revved up. And I think the mapping that the aftermarket people are coming up with, they are testing it right now. They're gonna remap the ECU, and they say it will help with the lower torque, like a jerkiness a little bit at the bottom end.
But I'm not finding any jerkiness in the sand, because when you're in the dirt, it swallows that up, so it's fine once you hit the dirt.
The rocks and you get on the street and you're pulling closer, and then you want to take off, you know, for 15-20 miles, and you are in higher gear, you get a lot of jerkiness in there.
And then in second gear, I almost came to a complete stop in one turn, pulled in the clutch, revved it up, and it shot off like nothing. It had no trouble taking off almost from a stop in second gear.
Did you have issues with hitting the pipe with your right foot when you're standing up?
I felt it maybe once, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, hitting this basically.
I did feel it a few times. I could feel like vibration in my heel.
Yeah, that must be.
And that's what it was, but it wasn't enough to really bother me though. I was so thrilled by how the rest of it was performing that it made.
Those goes right there. Chinese. Oh, never mind.
That's a protective.
That's still a cover on it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to peel that off. I'll peel that off later. You know, I'm gonna put a different graphics on it after I tore it up. You know,
I've seen a lot of people doing some really nice custom graphics. This one is not bad though. I like it.
Yeah. And they do green one too. So you get the green as well. So you know, it's a.
You know, and I think what really helps also is you didn't fill it up completely with fuel.
Yeah. This is gonna be only for like a. Now my question is it going backwards though? Is it a one-way valve, or is it a valve that actually lets it go both ways? So it's possible.
It's a one-way valve. They said it's a one-way valve, but I don't know which way it goes, right?
Well, maybe from there to there.
Yeah, probably.
So my question is it gonna send the gas from there to at least the bottom of this one? You know. Well, I mean, there's no way to
you'd have to stick in something.
There's no way to.
Probably not. I'm thinking that if you're just filling these, it doesn't do anything with the rear. I think when you fill up the rear, then it feeds the front. That's how I think it would work. Like this is more like the reserve.
And I'm hoping that my I have a.
Have you looked at the tools in there?
Not yet.
They say it's hard to put the cover back on.
I need to. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it all apart when I'm doing oil change. You know, probably in a couple of 100 miles or something. I'll do oil change, you know, just to make sure that it keeps. So I'll take it all apart and see. You know, take the tanks, because it's so easy to take everything apart. Yeah. It's still pretty warm in the sun, isn't it? Like, you know, when you're working out.
Yeah. Because this is a workout. We're not just cruising on a motorcycle.
I know.
This is like P90X.
Did it show that somebody called me? Did you notice anything?
I was too busy having fun. Oh, come on, you stupid GoPro.
You can actually Bluetooth it to the system, and it will show you, if you have an app for the Kove, it will show you your location and if somebody calling you.
Yeah.
It's just semi interesting. So you don't have to, you know, constantly look at your phone if you want to pull over and.
Yeah, I mean, if you need it, it's there. So stay on the right side, and I'll stay on the left to try to ride kind of out of the dust.
I'll stay on the right.
I'll stay on the left of you again so I can catch you On the
Okay, let's
whoops?
see what I-
Like there, I was having trouble keeping up with you sometimes here. Because,
450.
yeah, well, because I was getting this.
People say you can get up to 100 miles an hour on the road with this thing.
Yeah, and that's really stable with the, I think it's longer wheelbase probably by a,
Yeah, and I already ordered some of the weights for the front wheel because they
oh, to balance it.
balance because of the rim lock.
Go ahead for a bit.
This way?
That Kove is doing great. Look at that. Yeah, these big berms help, but still, it's supposed to be a heavy bike. Depending on how bad that is, that's one of the trickier climbs.
Oh, okay.
Just because there could be like rocks in the middle.
Yeah, I see the rocks. I might go around it.
Well,
We'll see. You go ahead.
you did harder stuff already, I think. You just gotta pick a good line.
It's got torque. Even if you stall it, it still wants to go.
That was good. He's not trying that. Those were the the two trickiest climbs, and he knows it. Nice. See how the Kove does here? It's a tricky climb. Loose, steep. Yeah. Did good.
Oh man.
Bike and rider did awesome, man.
You know, I haven't been on a bike in 3 months. Because I sold it and then I was like, I'm bikeless, I couldn't do anything. And
Yeah,
before that I just wasn't riding the 790 anymore much. Damn, some of these climbs are, you get to the very top and it's even steeper. It's like, fuck!
yeah, those two that you avoided, those were the worst ones.
The curve to the right, I mean, I saw you like coming too close to slow and then you're
Well,
and went all the way.
That first one that you went around, it's a lot easier than it looks.
Well, right.
It's very smooth, and the momentum kind of like just takes you up and over. The second one that you saw me go up, that one is the hardest one of all of them.
Yeah, I don't have the skills for these yet.
And there gets to a point where the bike is going to be the limiting factor yet again. I mean, there's some things that like I need a lighter two-stroke to do without stress. And then you need like a 180-pound Suron Ultra B electric bike.
Oh, those are beautiful.
I want one of those. This is probably easier because it's not as loose. This is looser than I thought it would be. Kove did fine. Kove conquers all. What a good bike. What a good bike. It does have more vibration through the handlebars though than even my 250 Enduro here. And once you get into this like faster open stuff, it feels like the Kove can more comfortably take all this at speed than I can on my WR250F. Super impressive. Woo! Gotta get a little bit out of the dust here. So rough, man. Side by sides tearing up the tracks. I think he missed his turn he wanted to go, huh? Or he's having too much fun. You know, I've taken my XR650L. I had an XR650L that I've taken through these tracks, and that bike, even though it's much lighter, felt much heavier. The weight distribution, I guess it was much more top heavy with that big air-cooled 650, and the suspension is not as good. So yeah, I mean, that bike really does feel like a replacement for the WR250R. But not a replacement, it's an upgrade. It really is, because of the suspension, weight distribution, power. Now the big unknown is going to be reliability, part availability. It seems like parts are going to be readily available and at a good price. He's getting a lot of confidence on that bike. I'm having trouble keeping up. I gotta work to keep up with you on the open flowy stuff like that.
Yeah. When it comes to the curves, then I'm still a little uncertain.
Yeah.
After I enter it, so I slow down, but it will take some time. But so far so good. I'm impressed with this thing.
I'm super impressed. I thought I was gonna like it based on everything I read, but I liked it way more than that. Now the question is going to be reliability and can you get parts easily. I think the part availability is going to be no problem, and low cost.
If you have anything wrong, we'll send you a part. You just have to wrench it yourself.
Yeah, I like working on my own bike, so as long as it's easy to work on, I don't care.
I'll let you know what it takes to get the oil change and do the basic things on it, and we'll go from there.
I wish I had a way to check the oil level.
Yeah, it's very simple. You open this up and stick thing in there.
Yeah,
exactly.
And you got to know what. Yeah,
it's supposed to be 5 inches long.
Oh, okay.
As long as you dip it in there by the edge of this thing, and there's about this much on mark, you're good.
Okay.
It takes literally 30 seconds.
Yeah. No, that's true. If you know the mark, then that's good.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
See you next time.
Yeah.